We're up to Hilchas Tzitzis in Kitzur Yomi, but we're going to skip to Hilchas Chanukah. Hilchas Chanukah is in the Kitzurs in Simin Kof Lamed Tes. So the Kitzur over here begins with what we all basically know is where does Chanukah come from? During the Bayis Sheni, the Malchus Yavon, the Greeks ruled over Klal Yisrael. They didn't allow them to learn Torah, didn't allow them to do mitzvahs. And what happened was Upartsu by Pratzais, Timuas Atahairis, he made everything Tameh. And we all know the battle waged, and finally the Chashmonayim won. Chashmonayim won, they took over the Beis HaMikdash. A little bit of an unknown fact he throws in over here. After the Chashmonayim won, and they took over the Beis HaMikdash, they became the Kehanim. For how long did it last? It only lasted another 200 years until Churban Bayis Sheni, a very short amount of time. I know 200 years to us sounds like a very long time, but in reality, 200 years is a very short time. It might have to do with the fact that the Chashmonayim went too far. They were supposed to become kings. They weren't supposed to become kings. That's a discussion. On the 25th of Kislev was when they entered into the Heichal. They didn't find any Shem and Tar. And of course, they had to have the oil from the Kohen Gadol. They finally found a little bit of oil that should have only burned from 1 day and it burned from 8 days. And therefore, the Chachamim were metakin in that Tar that these days is Chanukah, days of Simcha and Halal. So now he continues over here. Where does the word Chanukah come from? It gives us two explanations. They rested on the 25th day because they defeated their enemies. A second reason, this was the day that they made the Chanukah Sabayis. Chanukah comes from the Chanukah Sabayis because they were metami the Beis HaMikdash and now they purified it. He says that's the reason why you're supposed to have a Suda. A third reason for Chanukah is because the Mishkan was completed. It's interesting how everything in Klal Yisrael always falls out in the right time. Obviously, it doesn't just fall out. The Mishkan was completed during Chanukah. And he says during these Sudais that one is supposed to have, one should tell over to his family the Nisim that happened. You should tell over the miracles. Interesting. I don't know if at every Chanukah party they get up and they say over the basic storyline. Mikol Makayim, and he adds on a very important caveat over here. It's not a Suda mitzvah unless you say Shirais Visish Bachai. Say a little Torah, sing a song. And he concludes, Sif Aleph, that during Chanukah you should give extra tzedakah. Why should you give extra tzedakah in Chanukah? Because it's misugol l'sakin ben pegami nefesh al yidei tzedakah. Chanukah time is an auspicious time to fix our souls through giving tzedakah, and particularly to give to those who learn Torah, Taniyim, during Chanukah. And finally, we don't fast during Chanukah, we can fast before and after Chanukah. Tomorrow we'll continue with the very interesting minhag of women not to do malacha while the candles are burning in Mirza Hashem.